The Pope is a Southsider. Take that. Let's go. After all this waiting for the black smoke, waiting for the white smoke, just waiting for all the smoke. What we were looking for is to find out who the Pope would be. Would it be someone international, like it always is? Would it be somebody from overseas? And we come to find out that the new Pope, Pope Leo, is a Chicagoan.
Brother.
Well, yes, absolutely.
You know he was 66-1 if you bet him.
Cap.
66-1. He came out of nowhere.
Pulling back the curtain. My partner could not wait to get on the phone yesterday afternoon and tell me, take that. He's a Cub fan. How about that? And all his Sox brethren calling Cap yesterday. Really? This guy's a Cub fan? Really? Well, we just can't get any luck. Sox fans, you can rejoice that the new Pope, the Pope, is a Southsider and a Sox fan. So now it's the biggest win the Sox have had since the 05 championship. We haven't had a bigger win since 05. How about that?
All I know is he was named and you lost 10-0.
Well, no, I mean, he just got in the box. What do you mean? He just got in there. He just got named. So now, don't you know how prayers work, Cap? You know how prayers work?
They take a little time to come from overseas.
Thank you very much. That's how the prayers work.
They put it in Jesse's luggage. Rogers is over there. Congratulations to... Can I ask a question? I'm not Catholic, obviously. Why does he take on a new name from Pope Robert? Pope Rob?
Because in the faith, you are able to take names like a Pope John. You take others, but they took Pope Leo. It's part of the gig.
So he's Pope Leo the 14th.
That's exactly right.
Very cool.
It's part of it, yes. Hopefully they'll have Roman numerals next to his name so he can aggravate you even more so.
Does he have to? Yeah, I hate Roman numerals. So stupid.
Yeah, of course.
Does he get to pick the name, or does somebody there at the conclave go, you're going to be Leo? No, I want to be whatever, Francis.
I want to be Pope Cap. That's my name, Cap. Nah, no. That's not how it works, Cap. The bottom line is that good things are happening. Not just for the White Sox, but for Chicago sports. This guy here, and I'll want to make sure we put this out here as well. Cap, we have a problem clearly in journalism across the board. Mm-hmm. We have a journalism problem in this country because all the things that we found out about Pope Leo was not true. Again, people ran with it and said he's a Cub fan when he's a Sox fan.
That was ABC put that out.
Also, right here in the ABC building.
Sorry. You're better than that, Tracy Butler.
Nonetheless, they also got the
It
South
wasn't
Suburb.
Tracy.
She's guilty by association.
You're blaming Tracy Butler?
Tracy Butler reporting the Pope is a Cubs fan.
For the bad journalism, you're blaming Tracy Butler?
Come on, Terrell Brown. You're better than that.
Oh, my God. T. Brown.
Blame them all.
Taking shots.
I mean,
the high top
Val,
fade.
what are we doing?
You're
Val.
taking shots at the high top fade of a T. Brown.
Come on, Tanya Babbage.
What are you doing over there? Leave T. Brown out of it. My God. Blame Ravi Bashwal. Nonetheless.
Ravi,
hockey guy.
nice job.
Hockey guy. Right. But the journalism, Cap, we have a journalism issue. If there's going to be a Pope name, find out what actual South Suburb he's from and what his fandom is. They got that both wrong.
They did.
You recall this, right?
Yeah, so a buddy of mine who is a diehard White Sox guy, diehard, texts me, freaking Pope is a Cubs fan. This is horrible. I said, take that. That was my response.
Mm-hmm.
I that's how I found out.
Yes.
And then, I don't know, 2 hours later, we get done with our speaking engagement.
Yes.
That we did. And Ben Bradley gets the interview with the Pope's brother.
Channel 9.
Yes, out in Lamont, I think is where he lives now. But they grew up in Dalton. And he says, my brother's not a Cubs fan. Our mother was a Cubs fan. And all of our mother's side, because they're from the north side, are all Cubs fans. My brother's a White Sox fan.
Clear up the thing about the Cubs and White Sox.
Yeah, he was never, ever a Cubs fan, so I don't know where that came from. He was always a Sox fan. Our mother was a Cubs fan. I don't know, maybe that clued in there. And our dad was a Cardinals fan. So I don't know where that all came from. And all the aunts, our mom's family was from North Side. So that's why they were Cubs fans.
But he rooted for the White Sox.
That's right. But where it came from, I don't know, because he would have been the only one.
I see. You see that? Oh, take that down now. Hold on. That ain't no.
You heard what he said though at the end.
Give me the Casper music. Give me that. That's what we need today. Give me the White Sox minute. Come on, give it to me. That.
Did you hear what he said right at the end?
Mm-hmm.
He said they were all from the North Side. Where it came from, I don't know. But he was the only one.
You know why? Black sheep. That's what it was. That's what he did, Cap. Now, did you get a text from Chip, from Chippy Carey?
I did not.
Oh, the family. Oh, they're Cardinals people. So I'm sure he's dancing around today wherever he is. But there it is. Time for the White Sox Minute. I'm Len Casper. Did you hear the Pope's a Sox fan? The biggest win for the organization since 5. Meanwhile, the Sox lose 10-0 to the Royals. Clearly, the Papal has not kicked in yet. Shut out again by the Royals. That's all right. We take on the Marlins at 6 o'clock on the ESPN 1000 Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Hoodie, the question everybody wants answered this morning. With the power of the Pope on their side,
yes,
can the White Sox win 50 games?
Oh, that's a shot. Absolutely.
As long as they don't have the Royals on there.
Well, we're not going to. Yeah, you're going to get 50 wins against good teams.
Boy, the Royals are
Oh,
kicking there.
No,
you know
they
that.
are. But Cap, today I get a chance to rejoice. And I want to start the prayer circle this morning, not just for you and me and Shay and Jay Moore, but for our listeners, for our viewers, because we got to get the prayer circle started. It didn't work out well for Mason Graham, even though we lowered the lights and we had the prayer going for Mason Graham. But we can do it for our favorite sports teams, because now the Pope is a Southsider. He's a guy that loves a good beef sandwich.
How about the picture of him on the phone at the 05 World Series? So good.
Black sheep
So
of the
good.
family. He is a Sox guy.
So the original picture, it's more of a portlier gentleman sitting there.
Okay, now you're going to call the Pope fat?
No, not the Pope. It was not him.
Okay.
They now have cropped the picture. So the larger gentleman, all you see is his Cubs hat. You don't see the screaming kid. You just see the Pope on the phone with a smile on his face with the scoreboard behind him. It's a super cool shot.
I saw people saying Scott Podsednik hit the home run because the Pope was on the phone with God.
That's it.
There you go. See, that's how it worked.
Johnny Pods.
And by the way, that had to be some of the stuff we saw in that 05 season, Cap. It had to be from up above. There's some miracle stuff that was happening for the White Sox. They were never supposed to win the World Series. Look back at 04, the offseason into 05. Bunch of veterans that Kenny Williams put together. They're supposed to be a good team. World Series team? Absolutely not. They were never favored. So there had to be some divine intervention there. But yes, that's right. The Pope.
What is he?
He's a Sox fan.
I read that he's a Cubs fan.
That's not true.
That's not true. He's not a Cubs fan.
That's not
What
true.
is he?
He's a Sox fan.
What?
They also said on the air that he was from South Holland. That's not true.
Okay.
It's Dalton.
He's from Dalton,
Yes.
and he's a Sox fan,
Yes.
which makes more sense, really, when you think about it, given
That's correct.
where
That's
he
correct.
was. He's
See,
not a Cubs fan.
The reason I don't know where that came from, but our mother was Northsider,
Okay.
and all that side of the family is a Cubs fan. So maybe they heard that from someone else they may have interviewed, but he was definitely Sox. See him there again, standing on his own 2 feet.
Okay.
He didn't go along with the family
So-
because our dad was Cardinals.
Yeah. So Chip wins today. Oh, the Cardinals. Hey, Cappy. Oh, the Cardinals. Oh. I'm sure that he's happy about. Oh, the Cardinals. Here they come. Oh, gully washer here in Chicago. I'm sure that Chip's happy today. And me as a Sox fan, at least I want to get the prayer circle started. Jay Moore, here's what I need.
Just don't let Shay lead the prayer circle. 'Cause
What?
He failed miserably.
That's on you. You wouldn't get in it. You refused. You stood on the outside like a heathen.
Yeah, I don't get into the losing ride at the Indy 500. I saw that. You had like a little smart car. We're going to get in there and win.
Nope. I was Rich Strike at the Derby, and you got in there with the glue and put me out to pasture before I had a chance.
By the way, just as a sidebar, before I start my prayer, because I'm going to start this with a prayer. for with the Pope. I'm gonna send my prayers in for the Pope. Sidebar, may I approach?
Brought to you by Ankin Law. Howard Ankin, the award-winning best personal injury attorney in Illinois. 3126 Main.
Sign my ball. Cap, I'm gonna need a new track announcer for these big events. I need my guy drinking and smoking with a real rough voice. Here they come spinning out of the turn.
Bill George F.
I need something a little bit rougher.
He's not with us anymore.
No,
right?
but
just retired.
Lock into my point.
Yep.
My point is, Cap, is that I need someone who's drinking and smoking on the call. A rougher voice. These guys are a little too smooth these days, aren't they? Oh, Rich Strike. He's on his way. Cap, it's not baseball. I need someone who's there with a crumpled hat and a racing form in his hand. Just giving me the call.
That's it.
You recall going to Sportsman's, right?
Oh,
Hawthorne.
Absolutely.
I like
do.
a rougher voice. These guys now today, when you watch your horse racing, you and Brett watch your horse racing, listen to those announcers. What do you call them, baseball game?
Right.
2 balls and 2 strikes. No, I want,
Bill
here he
George
comes.
F. was great.
I want someone rough.
Who was the guy? Dave Johnson, maybe? Down the stretch they
Give me a little something.
That.
These guys are a little bit too smooth. I want something. I want someone rough in there. Makes me feel like I'm at the race. These guys, here he comes, going around the turn. A Rich Strike. Here he comes. Cap, I need someone rough with a strong voice.
The cocktail in his hand.
Tell me what's going on.
That's
That's what I want. These guys here, too soft. I don't like it. I want someone rough. See, pardon the expression.
Wow.
We turn down to my prayers, Cap. I'm asking the Pope, the Southsider, as a White Sox fan, number one, Pope, my prayer to you, new ownership for the Chicago White Sox. Make that happen sooner than later. However you got to do that. Whatever you got to do, I ask you to talk to the big guy upstairs, the big Sox fan upstairs. And I want you to, I'm praying for new ownership for my White Sox. It's time, Cap. It's time. When you're in last place and you really have no hope until 2030, it's time, Cap, for a new vision. And so that's my number one prayer to the Pope. Number 2, new stadium. Wherever it's got to be, Cap. Hopefully it's in the Chicago limits. I like to have a new stadium. The new Comiskey Park shouldn't have been in Bridgeport. Sorry. It should have been where it's thriving now. Cabrini Green. In that area, Cap, where you get all these high rises and everything else. The White Sox have always been based on walk-up anyway, outside of a few years, right? Imagine in that area, it's a nice day. I don't want to go right home and get on the train. I want to check out the White Sox. Cap, new stadium for the White Sox. New stadium. Hopefully in the Chicagoland area.
I've heard that the Pope has a summer home in Arlington Heights.
Yeah, well, that's a hope. Could you imagine? We will not be secondary to the Bears. Why not, Jerry? Why not? Right on the same complex.
Secretary to the sky, right?
I'm just saying, man. And lastly, Cap, before I take a dirt nap, before they get the meat wagon for me, Cap, and roll me out of the studio, I would like, because it's going to be here, Cap, just so you know. When I'm done, it's going to be here. Won't be at home. It'll be right here in the studio. Oh, God, damn.
And I got to deal with that.
Absolutely. Well, you just move on to the next segment. You'll be fine.
Damn.
Hoodies out. Rolling on.
We're rolling on Captain. Well, Cap.
Immediately take me out of the name. There won't be no Kap J. I mean,
welcome back to Cap.
Yes.
It's not even Cap and Company. It's just Cap and Cap.
Yeah, because I'm dead. So Cap, I mean, Cap, it's got to happen here.
Danny, can we get him out?
Yeah, roll me out. Absolutely.
Drag him in the hall.
Hoodie's dead.
We need a gurney.
Hoodie's dead. Rolling on Cap. Let's talk about Cade Horton. Yeah, Hoodie was my partner, great guy, but we're rolling on Cade Horton. So
It's time to go around the National Football League.
rolling on. Hoodie's out. Rolling on. And lastly, Cap, before I'm done, I want to see a World Series championship again for the White Sox.
There you go.
Not just 05. I didn't think I was going to get an 05. So I'm asking the Pope right now off the top, prayers. So I would like for our listeners and our viewers to chime in 312-332-ESPN 332-3776. We ask you right now that the Pope is a Chicago guy. He's a South Sider, but you got to get the prayer circle for any prayer that you have. Get in the prayer circle. Something that you want for your favorite sports team. Let's hear it. And then we'll send the tape to the Pope. We'll send it right up there to him. He'll be back. He'll be back in Chicago soon.
Love it.
Yeah.
And by the Pope being a Dalton guy,
Yep.
the hood is definitely with you.
Okay. That's true. That's true. You want to know where the hood at? It's right here.
Vatican City,
Stand up, Vatican City.
the Holy See.
What up, Rome? What up? 312-332-ESPN 332-3776, our phone number. Shay, let's open the phone lines. If you have a prayer, a sports prayer for the Pope, we will hear your prayers coming up next. And Kap has his list as well of prayers that he wants, that he will submit to the Pope.
Ready to go. And somebody sent me the class of 1969 in St. Mary's School, Riverdale. And there's Rosemary Piet. Right next to her, Robert Prevost.
There you go.
There he is.
See?
Mary Jean Ray, Joseph Marigold, Mary Jo Michna, Carlo Mulvena, Robert Prevost. Fine-looking young man.
See? So we will hear your prayers. Pope, hear your prayers, your sports prayers. We want to hear your thoughts next.